Hello everybody, and welcome back to Mudrunner, where in today's episode we are going to be delivering some logs. Now first off, we have to go to the garage because I would like to attach a medium log trailer to the back of this so we can carry short logs and medium logs, which would put us at a total of carrying 7 points, and we need 15 more points to finish off this lumber mill, which means we would have to do 2 loads of one set of short logs, one set of medium logs, and then 1 more point after that. You can also do long logs, which I might try out just for fun, but the long logs are worth 6 points, and 1 set of short logs, 1 set of medium logs is worth a total of 7 points. It might be a little hard with short logs and medium logs, but I'm all about getting more points. In the last episode I just did short logs just to test out how this would do, and it performed excellently. It was really easy. So now I'm going to do short log and medium logs. It's going to be a lot more weight, a lot more length, and a lot of that is going to be, or a lot of what ends up happening is going to be based on my skill or lack thereof in this game. But let's just all hope that it goes well, and maybe it will. Hope is a powerful tool. Ask any dictator ever. Except for the angry man with the small mustache, if you know who I'm talking about, who led Germany from like 1931 to 1945. His people were pretty strongly behind him, except for unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but unfortunately for the Jewish population. His rule was not good for them at all, and it is so horrible to think about what he did. But he was such an amazing public speaker, and that was the key. But he was insane, and that's wild what he did and what the state of the world was during that time. And I'm honestly really glad that I wasn't alive during that time, because I don't know what I would have did. I don't think I would have been able to handle it. But my grandfather was at the point where whenever World War II happened, or great-grandfather, I mean, whenever World War II happened, he was just young enough to where he wasn't drafted, but then the Korean War came along in the 50s, and he was very much in that for a few years whenever that was going on. So he escaped being drafted into World War II. He did not escape the Korean War. Okay, I really thought we might be able to fit through here, but we were not able to fit through there. It's fine though. It wasn't really worth the 2 seconds saved by trying to go through there. Come on, jump past. There we go. Anyway, to go to the log station, we are going to be going to this log station, so we're going to drive along this road, along the outer map, turn here, go to the log station, and then probably go down this way. But depending on how it acts, I may turn around and just go back down this road, down to the log mill over here. We will see. Once again, it's all based on how well I can drive this thing and how it behaves with more logs being loaded onto it. So, we'll see. That's it. That's all there is to it. We'll see. We'll see if it does well, does bad. Who knows? Leave your predictions in the comments below, because I will respond to them. I respond to every comment. I say that so many times. Leave 50 comments, you'll get 50 replies, probably, unless it's something that is either really hard to leave a response to, or is trolly, and then I might not respond to it. Even if it is a troll, might still respond to it. I don't know. Okay, I'm so glad we didn't take damage right there. In the 3rd episode of this, I crashed into a light pole at like 10 miles per hour in this very truck actually, and it destroyed it. All 600 engine points is gone. How did that not give us damage? Oh, that did. Alright. No, it's fine. Only 39. Oh, I hear thunder. It's probably gonna rain soon if I had to bet. I mean, obviously that's what thunder implies. I'm not trying to be well, I actually am trying to be Captain Obvious. It's sometimes what you not necessarily have to do, but it's good to do in these episodes. Be Captain Obvious every once in a while. state the obvious. It gives something to talk about, and for anybody that might not have known for one reason or another, if they didn't hear it, they weren't paying attention, if they just didn't put two and two together, sometimes it is good to be Captain Obvious. Here we are in first person. It's super loud, I apologize. It is fun to drive, but it is so much easier to get damaged just like that, so I prefer to stick in third person. Plus, I imagine it's a bit more entertaining than first person. It's first person, you're getting a much more limited view versus third person. I prefer, in the games American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2, I prefer first person because I find it more fun. But I think for the entertainment factor, most YouTubers drive in third person. But like I said, it's just more about fun for me with those. Because there was a while, I'm going to do this quickly because I already talked about this in the last episode, but for a while, I did not enjoy recording either of those series for a long time. But then I just switched to doing it in first person, recording more how I wanted to, and it became a lot more enjoyable, but that's the story of that. And I also talked about in the last episode not repeating talking about topics, but here we are again. Sometimes it is hard to think of original things to talk about, because it's not like you're having a conversation with somebody. You kind of have to think of things and run with them, or talk about the game, which is of course what I do a lot, is talk about the game to fill time. And I don't find myself to be a horrible commentator. I definitely am lacking in certain things, as well as just etiquette as far as being too close to the mic or too far away, or making weird sounds, swallowing. This is one of the big ones. I'm not even sure if this mic picks it up. I'm sure sometimes it does. But anyway, it's kind of a funny thing. And sometimes I don't talk for way too long. I'll leave weird silences. And I zone out a lot while recording these because a lot of this I can do kind of subconsciously. It's a lot harder to do that with this game, which I just kind of did it driving along that straight section there, but I don't mean to, ever, but it's just hard not to sometimes. They should do an April Fool's in either this game, Mudrunner, or SnowRunner, where they just introduce like a T-Rex comes through. In the medium log trailer, I would like medium logs. I'm so confused. Oh, you have to hold. That makes sense. Oh, shoot. I keep doing the wrong thing. There we go. Now, talk about heavy here. We're gonna go down this dirt path and see how it goes. It's probably gonna be a bit of a struggle, but hey, we'll see. We will see indeed. So far, it's actually doing pretty well. We have not gone very far at all. Obviously, it's slower, more bogged down. I can feel that just with how it's acting. But definitely not impossible to drive. This is a really muddy section, so we'll see how it performs here. Oh, like a beaut. I always get a little bit anxious going over this bridge here, though, because wouldn't want to fall off the edge. That would really suck. Although I am, just to prove my superiority. Stop moving. Take a screenshot for the thumbnail of this episode on the bridge. Oh my gosh. This game is so pretty. I legitimately cannot get over how beautiful this game is. And it can be run with like such low graphics requirements. It is amazing what they've done with this game, or what they did with this game. It's kind of old now. And then obviously they came out with SnowRunner, which is the sequel. My computer cannot run SnowRunner. It can run this, hence why I'm playing this. Also, this is cheaper. It was on sale. And it was on sale, just the base game Mudrunner, for $4, with the American Wilds expansion for $3, and then the other two DLC for this game were free, even though they normally cost money. But I was very lucky, and I got Mudrunner plus the American Wilds expansion, and the two other DLC, all for $5, which is why I'm playing it here now. That equates to $1 per episode since this is the 5th episode. Just gonna have that winch help pull us along a little bit here. It is definitely struggling just a bit to get up these hills, but not behaving badly at all. Going this way is technically a bit longer than it needs to be, because it's longer than just taking the paved road, but the paved road is a lot easier, not really much of a challenge, so I decided to go along the dirt road just like I did in the last episode, and it's all been fine. Now some of you may be wondering why not just go across that bridge that's right up ahead, and that is because it is blocked off to us, because we are carrying logs. It's block post closed, only trucks with no lumber are allowed to pass. Which seems kind of stupid to have that in a lumber town. But, oh well, not my town, I'm not the mayor. That bridge, it's kind of old and rickety, so I'm not even sure if it would support the weight, which is probably the reason they do it, if we're being honest. But up to our left, I'm just going to act like the airplane guide or whatever. Now to our left, you'll see one of our pickup trucks. One of two we have, the other one is on the road somewhere. And then past this, actually no, the other truck, there's no other trucks here. There was a conglomeration of 4 trucks here. Actually, there's another truck around here. It's in the river. You may catch a glance of it. Oh, hey, there's another truck. That is another truck. That one is not in the river. We actually recovered it from the river in the 3rd episode, and that was pretty difficult, but also pretty fun. I like doing that, surprisingly. And then there's one that is actually in the river. You can't see it over those embankments, but yeah, it is just very much in the river. Which is a long story. Go watch episode 2. No, actually, no. Go watch episode 3 if you want to see the recovery of those and all that fun stuff happening. It's a bit of a longer episode, but it was fun to record, like I said. Yeah. It was an interesting episode, to say the least. As you can see, unfortunately for us, a lot of this route that we're on now is hills, which is not good, because this thing is really struggling to get up these hills with the trailer and the bed loaded down. But I think she can do it. I may take this paved route to get to the lumber mill, instead of doing this route through here, because this is pretty muddy. We'll see though. We'll see how it acts during the rest of this trail, and that'll determine what we do. It is, kind of unfortunately for us here, becoming nighttime, and we're at about 1/3 of a tank, so we'll need to visit a fuel station within the next couple loads. Oh yeah, getting our second wind here. It might have been stuck on a tree. That might have been part of the reason. Just had a random hiccup. My hiccups are silent. I'm not sure if anybody else is like that. I feel like everybody here hiccup are very audible. And every once in a while I'll get just one sudden, like, almost like a weird inhale type one, but most of the time they're silent completely. That's always been kind of interesting to me, because I'll just stop while I'm in the middle of talking. I'll be talking, I'll be like, yeah, no, it was really nice wet dirt yesterday, and the other person, it's like I'm lagging behind, and the other person will just be like, why did you pause? It's like, oh, I have the hiccups. But they're completely dead silent, and you would never know, because my mouth doesn't even open. I just have weird hiccups. I don't like the fact that it's becoming nighttime. Although, I actually have a solution for this. If we stop our engine here, we are going to switch to this truck that's up there, which is the Ford LT9000. And we can skip the night in this thing. Drain 92 liters of fuel, but it's fine because we're at a garage. Oh, I lied, I don't. You know what, it doesn't matter. Now we can go back to our Western Star over here. And it is morning again. Very, very nice. I much prefer playing this game during daytime. It is easier, but also you can just see, and that's better for the recordings of this. which is why I like skipping the night. And here we are at the end of this part of the trail, which means not too much further and we will be at the lumber mill. Well, kind of a lot further for reference in this game, but in real life it's actually a pretty short journey until we'd be there. As you can see, even the paved roads in this game are bumpy and then muddy on the sides, and then some parts will be underwater or just have a ton of mud for one reason or another. But as I've talked about a couple times, there's nobody that lives in this town apparently. The entire town is abandoned. Like, nobody operates the fuel stations, they're just like pumps from the 1950s. It's kind of strange. Kind of strange, I have to admit. I have this weird little bumping going on for some reason. Now if we turn left here, yeah, it'll take us directly to the lumber mill. Let's do it. You know what? Once again, this is a YOLO moment. You only live once. And as far as I remember, this trail isn't actually too bad, I think. Okay, I might have lied. Immediately some mud, but shouldn't be too bad. We have some speed going, so that momentum will carry us through. How's the trailer doing? I hear some bumping and jumping. Bumping, jumping, and lumping. Uh-oh. A little bit of a divot right there. Uh-oh. It's fine, we got a winch spot. All is well in the world. The great thing would be, like, if you were able to winch to rocks, which I, of course, understand why you aren't. It's not very realistic. I mean, some rocks you probably could, but it's obviously really hard because they get thinner towards the top, as well as the fact that some of them you'd probably just pull them right out of the ground. I mean, the advantage with trees is you can obviously wrap the winch around. I say obviously just way too much. But you can wrap the winch. Yeah. You can wrap the winch around the tree trunk, but with a rock, if you try to wrap it around, then it can just come off the top. A rock at times can be more deeply rooted in the ground, but then at the same time, if a tree isn't, you know, rooted into the ground well, or you just have too much weight on one thing, then you can pull the tree out of the ground as well. Like, I don't know what we're winching onto there. It looks like we're just winching onto like a stick on the ground, which doesn't seem very realistic. Also, we are burning 15 liters a minute, all the way up to 17 at some points, which makes sense. We are pulling a really, really heavy load here, but we're almost to the sawmill, though. We're gonna have to take this truck to go refuel after this. I don't know where the nearest fuel station is, though. I think you can refuel at the garage, but I do know that there is a fuel station that's up that paved road that I could go to. Might just go do that in this episode. I don't have anything better to be doing. So here we are. And we will unload all our logs. And that's 7 points for us. And so we can either go refuel at this garage, that garage, or that fuel station. And I say we go to the fuel station. And we have 0 out of 8 for this point. So looks like we have one more load of short and medium, plus one more point. Okay, good. We were able to turn just enough. Now then, we are going out this way, and I'm just going to drive along the paved part of the road. Oop, took out that fence. Hope you didn't need that or anything. Sure would be a shame if I just took out a semi-crucial piece of infrastructure. Pretty sure it's just one of those little decoration fences you see, though. Ooh, almost hit the guardrail there, but my excellent driving skills mean I didn't. It's just how good I am. Watch me crash into something immediately after saying that, though. Like, that would 100% be something that I would do. No, don't crash into that pole, please. Thank you. We are really low on fuel here. Only 44 liters left, burning 5 liters a minute on average. Even more. You gotta try to get there quick without crashing into anything. It would be really cool, and you may be able to, and I've just never have, but it would be really cool if you could, like, puncture your fuel tank and start leaking fuel, and that would probably come back to bite me, but I still believe that would be really cool. I'm also extraordinarily glad that you can use a controller on Steam with this game, because if not, I might be screwed. Like, legitimately, I don't know what I would do. I don't think I'd be able to play this game with a mouse and keyboard, I have to admit. And there's been some games that I much prefer to play with a controller that I've had to teach myself how to do mouse and keyboard, because they don't have mouse and keyboard support, but... Uh-oh. We are pretty thoroughly stuck here. This is not a good time to be stuck. We are low on fuel. Alright, we're getting through. I'm just gonna take out this sign real quick. Whenever I first started this channel, I was still really new to playing on mouse and keyboard, because I'd basically exclusively played on console. So, I definitely had some learning curve, and even then I'm still not as supernatural at mouse and keyboard. But, I'm a lot better than I was whenever I first started. I do less misclicks, I still do several, but it's kind of interesting, like, how quickly your hands can learn things and just envelop them into your muscle memory. And muscle memory as a whole is really, really cool. And being able to do things subconsciously without, like, paying full attention is really, really cool, and everything. Okay, this may be a really stupid question, and this may expose my lack of knowledge about compasses, but isn't a compass supposed to only point... Wait a minute. Let me think before I say something too stupid. I don't know. I don't really know how compasses work, so I'm not going to say anything before I embarrass myself. Well, that's cool. You can take that little... You know what? Sure. Why don't we take the little shortcut? Save our 4 seconds on our total of 22 liters of fuel. I really hope we don't get stuck, though, because we do not have any time to be wasting. Okay, we are immediately stuck. I'm abandoning the shortcut. I repeat, I am abandoning the shortcut. Oh shoot, now we have really screwed ourselves over. Okay, good. A little bit of a tight squeeze here. But it's fine, we have to get back on this road and we have to go. We have to go. I think if we turn off all-wheel drive, it'll consume less fuel. Okay, yeah. It's consuming a lot less. Probably 2 to 3 liters less per minute. Okay, never mind, I lied. It looks like it's consuming the exact same amount in total. Holy crap. That was a lot of damage right there. We don't have time to be hesitant. We're on 16 liters. This thing burns their fuel. We'll leave you and me. This is not a time to be bogging down. We need pure speed. And also fuel efficiency. We have 3 minutes, basically 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes and the momentum that we have whenever that 3 minutes expires to get to the fuel station. We now have like 2.5 minutes. I don't know why I'm updating you like this. You can see. I mean, you can probably see. You may just be listening to this if you're blind. Maybe you're just watching this with subtitles if you're deaf. I don't know. If you are, that is really, really cool. Really, really fascinating. I would be amazed and absolutely honored if somebody that was blind or deaf was watching my video. I feel like I make pretty boring content overall, so to know that someone would have to overcome the challenges they face every day to specifically watch my content would be extremely cool to know. I don't think I could do what someone that's deaf or blind or is special needs in any way, whether it be autism or dyslexia or anything like that. I don't know if I could do it. I feel like I just don't have the mental fortitude and will to be able to do those things, and it is absolutely incredible how they deal with that every day and just keep on going, and I absolutely salute those people and I tip my hat to them because that is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. But anyway, as you can see, we have made it to the fuel station with 7 liters of gas to spare. Please, for the love of God, fill me up. Oh, thank God. Well, now that's just wonderful. Well, we'll stop the engine there, and with that, I thank you very, very, very much for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. Bye.